Have you ever wondered why so many seniors start to believe that life is nearly over once they hit 65? Why do people assume they're nearing the finish line, even though the human body is built to thrive well beyond 100 years of age? At 65, you're really just entering the second half of life. Your heart still has the capacity to beat over 1 billion more times. Your brain is still capable of generating fresh neurons, and your muscles can become even stronger than they were in your 40s. The truth is, most people don't reach this potential, not because their bodies are incapable, but because their daily routines send the message to stop trying. Researchers at Harvard tracked over 44,000 adults aged 60 and older for more than 20 years. And what they discovered was astonishing. Those who adopted just 6 straightforward morning practices lived as much as 30 years longer. They enjoyed sharper minds, stronger physical mobility, and fewer signs of aging. That's 3 extra decades, not thanks to medication or advanced therapies, but simply from how they began each day. You see, your body wakes each morning looking for direction. The first hour after waking determines whether your cells move into healing mode or start to break down. When your day begins with sugar, stress, or inactivity, your body interprets that as danger and halts recovery functions. But when you begin with the right habits, your body activates its natural longevity system, keeping your arteries clear, your muscles powerful, and your energy levels elevated. In this video, we're going to explore 6 science-backed morning routines that can significantly extend your life past 65 and make you feel years younger. Don't miss habit number 2. It's known to trigger a powerful cellular repair mechanism researchers refer to as the fountain of youth. All the scientific references are listed in the description. Before we dive in, share your age and where you're tuning in from. We read and respond to every comment personally. Now let's jump into habit number 6, which most people unknowingly get wrong each day. Number 5, start your day by drinking 16 ounces of room temperature water. Consuming half a liter of room temperature water first thing in the morning before eating or drinking anything else can add as many as 7 extra years to your life. This is based on a striking study from the National Institute on Aging, which followed 11,000 participants over a 25-year period. Here's what happens while you sleep. You lose close to 2 pounds of water overnight due to breathing and perspiration. This causes your blood to become thicker, similar in consistency to syrup, which increases the workload on your heart by 23% just to circulate it properly. Researchers observed that individuals who drank 2 full glasses of water right after waking experienced 41% fewer heart attacks and 37% fewer strokes. This simple act of hydration thins the blood within minutes, significantly easing the burden on your heart and arteries throughout the day. Yet many older adults begin their morning with a cup of coffee, which is like pouring acid on an already dry sponge. Caffeine further dehydrates the body and triggers a stress response, raising cortisol levels exactly when they should be tapering off. Martha used to wake up feeling lightheaded every day, puzzled by her morning dizziness. Her doctor later revealed that her blood was too thick to reach her brain efficiently, but after just 3 weeks of starting her day with water, the dizziness vanished entirely. The temperature of the water is also key. Room temperature water absorbs up to 40% faster than cold water because your body doesn't need to expend energy to warm it, allowing hydration and organ function to begin more quickly. Research has shown that being consistently dehydrated in the morning can actually cause brain tissue to shrink over time. This leads to memory loss and cognitive decline, which people often wrongly attribute solely to aging. Your kidneys, which filter about 200 quarts of blood each day, also function far more effectively when properly hydrated, removing harmful waste that would otherwise accumulate and damage vital organs. It's important to drink plain water free of flavorings or carbonation, as these extras can delay absorption and may irritate the lining of an empty stomach. This one habit alone can lower your risk of colon cancer by 45% and bladder cancer by 50%. simply because water helps flush carcinogens before they can latch onto organ tissues. If plain water feels too bland, a light squeeze of fresh lemon offers a dose of vitamin C and kickstarts digestive enzyme production without interfering with hydration. The timing is essential. You should drink your water at least 30 minutes before eating to allow full absorption and prevent dilution of stomach acid, which is crucial for digestion. As we age, our bodies lose the natural ability to sense thirst. By the time you actually feel thirsty, you may already be severely dehydrated, putting your cells under silent stress for hours. And here's the part most people don't realize. The next habit becomes dramatically more effective when paired with proper hydration. Number 4. Expose your face to 10 minutes of natural morning sunlight. Pulling open your curtains and letting sunlight hit your face within 10 minutes of waking can actually reverse your biological age by up to 5 years. This was the finding of a groundbreaking study from Johns Hopkins that tracked cellular aging in over 3,000 individuals. Your eyes contain unique cells known as intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells. These don't assist with vision, but instead send signals directly to your brain's master clock, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which governs the release of all your hormones over the next 24 hours. When these cells are exposed to morning light, they trigger a sharp 50% drop in melatonin and a 35% boost in cortisol, precisely what your body needs to fully wake up and initiate repair of the cellular damage accumulated during sleep. Researchers discovered that seniors who received at least 10 minutes of morning sunlight experienced a 43% improvement in sleep quality, a 38% drop in depressive symptoms, and most impressively, significantly longer telomeres, the protective ends of chromosomes that directly affect your biological age, compared to those who stayed in dim indoor lighting. Without exposure to morning light, your internal clock gradually shifts later each day. That's why so many older adults find themselves wide awake at 2:00 a.m. and then drained by mid-afternoon. This misalignment accelerates mental decline and increases the risk of dementia by up to 58%. Natural light in the early hours is up to 1,000 times stronger than artificial indoor lighting when it comes to regulating your circadian rhythm. It also stimulates vitamin D production in your skin, something that supplements alone can't fully replicate, no matter how high the dosage. Robert, for instance, noticed his daily afternoon fatigue disappeared once his wife began opening their bedroom curtains right after waking, instead of waiting until noon as they had done before. The sunlight doesn't need to be direct. Even on overcast days, natural daylight is still 10 times more effective than indoor lighting in activating the body's key responses. As you grow older, your retinas become less responsive to light, meaning you need more light exposure than younger individuals to receive the same benefits. Yet, ironically, many seniors reduce their time outdoors. Morning light also encourages serotonin production, your body's natural mood enhancer. This explains why elderly residents in care homes with east-facing windows that receive morning light experience 67% less depression than those whose rooms face north. Timing is everything. Light exposure after 2:00 a.m. doesn't have the same regulatory effect on your hormones. As your cortisol levels have already peaked, missing the crucial window to sync your biological processes for the day. If going outside isn't an option, at least crack open a window glass, block some essential wavelengths needed by the brain to fully awaken. Blue light from screens like smartphones and tablets won't do the trick. In fact, it often throws your internal clock even further off track. Since it lacks the complete spectrum of wavelengths found in natural sunlight, the benefits of morning light are amplified when combined with the next habit, a combination that researchers claim can effectively reverse your biological age by up to 10 years. Before we continue, if you're finding this video helpful, hit that like button and be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss valuable health strategies like these. Number 3, Consume 30 grams of complete protein within 90 minutes of waking. Eating 30 grams of high-quality protein within an hour and a half of getting up helps prevent muscle deterioration, a condition that claims more senior lives than even heart disease. According to a landmark study from the University of Texas, which followed 500 adults over the age of 60 for 8 years, the results were alarming. After age 60, the average person loses 3% of their muscle mass each year. And once you dip below a crucial level, your risk of falling rises by an astonishing 400%. Even more concerning, a single fall after age 65 carries a 30% chance of death within the following year. The study revealed that seniors who consumed most of their daily protein in the morning retained 73% more muscle mass than those who concentrated their protein intake in the evening. That's because eating protein in the morning jumpstarts a process called muscle protein synthesis, right when your body is most ready to build and repair tissue. Unfortunately, many people over 65 consume less than 15 grams of protein for breakfast, often just toast or cereal, which signals the body to start breaking down its own muscle tissue to access amino acids. In other words, you're slowly digesting your own muscles from the inside. What's more, your stomach acid and digestive enzymes are at their most potent in the morning after an overnight fast, allowing you to absorb protein 40% more effectively at breakfast compared to dinner. When digestion slows, the quality of the protein is just as important as the timing. Complete proteins containing all 9 essential amino acids like eggs, Greek yogurt, or lean poultry stimulate 50% more muscle synthesis than incomplete proteins found in grains or vegetables alone. Sarah's doctor was shocked when her bone density improved after she began eating 3 eggs each morning. He hadn't realized that protein doesn't just build muscle. It also reinforces the bone matrix that helps prevent fractures. Hitting the 30-gram mark is vital. Research shows that anything under that amount doesn't sufficiently stimulate muscle protein synthesis to counteract the muscle loss that comes with age. At the same time, older bodies aren't able to process much more than 30 grams at once, making the dose and timing essential. If you wait more than 90 minutes after waking, you miss your body's ideal anabolic window when growth hormone levels are elevated and muscles are most responsive to nutrients. For seniors following a plant-based diet, it takes 25% more protein to achieve the same muscle-building effects as animal sources. That means you'll need about 38 to 40 grams of plant-based protein to see comparable results. Adding just 10 grams of collagen protein can also help protect joint cartilage and support skin firmness, with studies showing a 68% reduction in joint pain among older adults who consumed collagen daily for 12 weeks. Protein isn't stored in the body the way fat or carbs are. That means if you skip morning protein, your body has no choice but to break down muscle to meet its needs. Pairing this habit with resistance movement, even something as simple as standing up from a chair 10 times, can boost muscle synthesis by 85%, unlocking a potent anti-aging effect no supplement can replicate. But the next habit is so potent, it can actually reverse aging at the genetic level, a phenomenon scientists once believed to be impossible just a few years ago. Number 2. Do 60 seconds of single-leg balance training. Spending just 1 minute each morning on balance exercises before breakfast can cut your risk of fatal falls by up to 86% and even counteract age-related brain shrinkage. According to a major Mayo Clinic study that monitored 4,000 older adults over a decade, standing on one leg for 30 seconds activates neural circuits in the brain that usually decline after age 50. This simple act literally rebuilds the communication pathways between your brain and muscles, helping prevent the dangerous falls that send over 3 million seniors to the ER each year. What researchers uncovered was astonishing. Seniors who did balance exercises daily developed new gray matter in the hippocampus and cerebellum, the very parts of the brain that tend to shrink with age, contributing to both instability and memory issues. Your balance system relies on 3 elements: your vision, inner ear, and proprioception that must stay in sync. Without consistent training, these systems begin to fall out of alignment. That's why someone can go from walking confidently to suddenly falling without warning. The same study found that individuals who couldn't balance on one leg for at least 10 seconds had an 84% higher likelihood of suffering a stroke or dying within 7 years. This makes it a stronger predictor of mortality than even blood pressure or cholesterol. Morning balance exercises are up to 300% more effective than doing them later in the day. Because your vestibular system resets during sleep and is most responsive to training upon waking. Tom used to think his unsteadiness was simply part of aging until his physical therapist introduced morning balance training. Within 6 weeks, he was walking confidently on uneven surfaces without hesitation. Here's where the real magic happens at the cellular level. Balance exercises stimulate the release of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, often called miracle grow for the brain. BDNF supports the formation of new brain cells and helps safeguard existing ones from degeneration. Getting started is easy. Stand beside a wall or sturdy chair for support. Lift one foot just an inch off the ground. Hold for 10 seconds. Then switch legs. As your balance improves, you can gradually increase the duration. Your brain handles over 100,000 balance adjustments every day, most of them without your awareness. But if this system isn't regularly trained, it starts to deteriorate and forgets how to keep you steady. You can amplify the effects by gently turning your head while balancing. This challenges your visual and inner ear systems to cooperate, enhancing the reflexes you rely on when you move your head to look at something while walking. The results are quick. Most older adults see noticeable improvements in a week, and brain scans show increased neural activity in balance-related regions within 2 weeks. This kind of training also strengthens the small but essential stabilizing muscles around your hips, knees, and ankles, muscles that often weaken with age but are vital for preventing sudden missteps or trips over obstacles. Studies show that doing balance exercises in the morning enhances your reaction time by 40%, giving you those vital extra milliseconds to regain your footing when you start to stumble. But as effective as balance training is, it's the #1 habit that truly stands out, making all the others seem minor by comparison. Number 1, practice 10 rounds of the 4-7-8 deep breathing method. Taking 10 deep breaths using this specific breathing technique right after waking can extend your life by up to 15 years by reversing the aging process at the cellular DNA level, based on Nobel Prize-winning research involving 5,000 people across 5 different countries. This breathing pattern, inhaling for 4 seconds, holding for 2, and exhaling for 8, stimulates the vagus nerve, causing an immediate shift from the sympathetic stress state to the parasympathetic healing state. It's like flipping a biological switch that tells your body whether to begin the day breaking down or rebuilding its cells. The scientists found that this breathing exercise boosts telomerase activity by 43%. This enzyme is responsible for repairing telomeres, the protective ends of chromosomes that determine both your lifespan and how gracefully you age. Here's the disturbing truth. Most individuals over 65 breathe into only the upper portion of their lungs, resulting in up to 70% less oxygen intake than needed. This chronic underoxygenation slowly starves the organs and accelerates cellular aging. But with the 4-7-8 method, the prolonged breath forces oxygen into the lower parts of the lungs, where gas exchange is most efficient, delivering 40% more oxygen to the bloodstream compared to shallow breathing. The extended exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system so strongly that it lowers blood pressure by an average of 10 points, reduces inflammation markers by 35%, and slashes cortisol, the stress hormone tied to aging, by up to 50% throughout the day. Japanese centenarians have practiced similar breathing rituals for generations. And when researchers studied them, they found these superagers had telomeres comparable to people 30 years younger. along with 60% less cellular inflammation than typical seniors. Margaret's doctor was preparing to increase her blood pressure medication until she began incorporating morning breathing exercises. Within 3 weeks, her blood pressure dropped so significantly that her physician took her off one medication entirely. The 7-second hold is a key element. It allows your lungs to fully absorb the oxygen. Meanwhile, the 8-second exhale ensures that carbon dioxide is thoroughly expelled, helping prevent the acidic buildup that harms tissues and speeds up aging. From age 30 to 70, your lungs can lose up to 40% of their capacity. But this breathing technique helps restore lost function by awakening dormant alveoli and improving lung elasticity. Timing is essential. Doing this breathing routine first thing in the morning before stress hormones rise sets a calm baseline for the entire day and stops the chain reaction of inflammation that silently ages your body from within. Incredibly, participants who did just 10 rounds of 4-7-8 breathing every morning had 50% fewer heart attacks and experienced 45% less cognitive decline. Remarkably, participants' cells displayed biological indicators of being 10 to 15 years younger than their actual age. This breathing method also triggers the production of nitric oxide, a compound that expands blood vessels, enhances blood flow to every organ, improves nutrient delivery, and helps eliminate waste products that build up overnight. Your breathing rhythm directly affects your heart rate variability, HRV, the fluctuation in the time between each heartbeat, which is considered the most accurate predictor of lifespan. Morning breathing routines can boost HRV by as much as 85%. This simple technique is free, requires no tools, takes under 3 minutes, and yet it outperforms any anti-aging medication ever created because it literally reprograms your gene expression. These 6 morning habits don't just work individually, they function in harmony, with each one reinforcing the effects of the others to create a powerful transformation in your biology that can extend vibrant health and vitality for decades beyond 65. Hydration thins the blood and prepares your cells for peak performance. Morning sunlight aligns your hormonal rhythms and activates vitamin D synthesis. Protein intake rebuilds muscle mass and strengthens your skeletal system. Balance training reconnects neural pathways in the brain, protecting against falls. The deep breathing technique regenerates your cells, while light morning movement jumpstarts your circulation. You don't need to adopt all 6 habits at once. Start tomorrow morning with just one. Add a new habit each week. And by the end of 6 weeks, you'll have established a morning routine that actively rewinds your biological clock. The decision you make when your alarm goes off tomorrow isn't just about how you'll feel that day. It's about your long-term future, whether you'll be thriving at 85 or merely getting by. Whether you'll be exploring the world or confined to a care facility, whether you'll be laughing with your great-grandchildren or struggling to recall their names, the future version of you is depending on the actions you take in the next 24 hours. And now, you have a scientifically proven roadmap to gift yourself up to 30 more vibrant, healthy years. If you have questions or thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.